Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Paul. Yes, we
Uh,
can.
oh, good. That's all
Good to
right then.
have you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. See you?
Good. Thank you very much. Very
Um,
excited about your talk once again.
yeah, I've
Like
got.
Nima said, hands-on with 10 of the best Umbraco packages.
Yeah,
Are there any hidden gems that you want to spoil beforehand? Or
I can't do any spoilers, I'm afraid, but I have done. I've done some revisions to this talk to add some extra interesting bits, but mainly it's the packages by the community that's doing the talking for themselves, and I'm just guiding you through some of them, some of the interesting features of them.
wonderful. Then I guess we will hand it over to you, if Nima has something to add.
No, I think it's all good to go from our side. So whenever you are ready, Paul, it's all yours
Take
to
it away.
continue with the topic.
Great. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
I'm guessing so, right? Okay, so yeah, let's begin. So this is welcome to my talk. It's Umbraco packages. These are a few of my favorite things. I really do enjoy Umbraco packages. I just think they're a great way to enhance the editing experience and developer experience. And that's what I'm here to showcase today. So who am I? I'm Paul Seal, Umbraco Certified Master, and I'm a 5 times Umbraco MVP. I don't know how it's got to 5 already. I think something happened during COVID. Someone bumped it up a bit. And also I'm a bit of a YouTuber, playtime YouTuber. I don't, yeah, I've got nice amount of subscribers and I get some nice feedback on the YouTube. I work for Moriarma. We're Umbraco Gold Partners. We're also contributing Gold Partners, which we're proud of, and we're Umbraco and Azure specialists. Moving on. So about this talk then. So packages. I want to share my favorite Umbraco 9 Plus packages with you. So these are modern Umbraco packages that work with the latest and greatest, and you can make use of when you're doing all your migrations and upgrades this year, whether you're using Moriarma Elevate or not. Solving problems. So I want to talk about some problems that can be solved when using these packages, and that's what really makes them interesting and useful to us. And I've prepared some demos. Now I've got 10 demos, probably no 11 demos if you count something else as well. So yeah, things could go wrong. The demo gods, I'm hoping they're on my side, but let's give it a go. So package scriptwriter. First of all, just to say, I created a tool called Package Scriptwriter, and what it is a way to easily install Umbraco. And I was so amazed earlier when someone else was showing this in their talk. So thank you for that for the guys from Bali. Thank you very much. Yeah. So what this is a way to easily get the code that you need just to install Umbraco really quickly, but also with your package that you want to install. Maybe you've got I don't know, I always install uSync, Skybrud.Redirects, Umbraco Forms, Skybrud Grid Data, and I don't know, Contentment. And by default, it's set up to use the clean starter kit. You don't have to have the starter kit installed with it. You can give it the name of like my project and my solution, etc. And then at the end of it, you get the script and you can just copy that script, and you see here it adds all the packages and everything, and then you can just go into your terminal and you just install that package. So we could do that, but I know that I could run out of time as well, so I'm not going to do that. Just learning from experience. I want to spend more time on the packages rather than on this tool, but go to psw.co.share.co.uk. Anyway, let's have a look at our first pack. Oh, let's go with the actual slides. So I've talked to you about that. You can bookmark your favorite scripts. You can even save it to local storage as well if you want to. Yeah, you can do all that. Demo time, done that. Let's move on to uSync complete then. So first package that I want to show you is actually uSync, not uSync complete. It's just because uSync is the free version, uSync Complete is the paid one. I would say that uSync Complete is one of my favorite packages, but let's just be, I'm just going to show you uSync quickly. I think most people on the call would know about uSync. And if you don't know about uSync, what are you doing if you're involved in the Umbraco community? So please make an effort to find out about it if you don't. It's multi-award winning package. So I'm just sorry I'm having to load up the solution each time. I tried having all 10 of them loaded. It didn't work out. My memory was running out. So do bear with me. But what I've got here is a demo where we've got uSync already installed. So I've already installed all the packages on these sites anyway. So uSync is already installed. This site here, it's using the clean starter kit. What I'm going to demonstrate here is if we go into settings, uSync, and then we do a clean export. Yes, run a clean export. That's all done. One thing that I wanted to just demonstrate is the idea that you could easily move this to a different database if you wanted to, or you like, I just love the fact that I could just delete my database. So I'm using SQLite at the moment. I'm just going to clean the solution, and then I'm just going to delete my database. And that would be a crazy thing. What are you doing? But it's okay, because if I just run the site again, we will, because I've got my config set up, my app settings I've got my default password and everything, it will do a unattended install straight away, and it will reinstall Umbraco, but it won't have any content or anything. It will just be empty. And it's like, uh-oh, what do I do? Well, this is the uSync screen where you can, it works out you don't have any content or anything, but you do have uSync. What do you want to import everything? That just prove to you there's nothing there. But if I go to uSync and then I just do import, full import, then everything that I just exported before will get imported in, and that includes things like languages, dictionary, data types, everything here. If you can read, you can see it as well. And then if we go back here and reload the page, look at that, just like magic, that's done. Now, if you wanted to move it from SQLite when you were developing locally and put it to Big SQL, then you could just edit this, just remove the unattended part out, and delete the database, I think, and the provider name, and then run it again. And then you will find that you get to go through the install screen, and you can put your SQL details in. And now you can point to like your Azure SQL or your Big SQL on your desktop, and you're away, and it's moved it over to somewhere else. You just run the import, job done. So that's uSync. Yeah, there's a reason why it's won so many awards. uSync Complete is the paid for version. It's got obviously the version control of the things that are in the database, but it's also got things like the publishing, so you can push and pull content and media and settings and everything between the environments. It's really cool. So you can selectively do it. It's not just one big push, it's targeted. So that's really good. So you can send specific settings or all sorts. You've got the exporter where you can create sync pack to group changes to export and import. If you want, you could take a photo on your phone or use the camera for the QR there, but this is just an example. After every package, I'm just going to skip past this bit, to be honest with you. Demo time, I've done that demo. So let's go to Skybrud.Redirects. I'll do it in the right order this time. So it's by Anders Björner. This one is also award-winning, I think. So what is it? It's redirect management. Sorry if you think I'm going too fast. I just know that I've got a lot to fit in half an hour. So it makes the management of redirects in your Umbraco website super easy. You get a dashboard to manage the redirects. You even get a content app as well, so you can see and manage redirects. And there's more. This is how you install it. So again, just the idea, you use package scriptwriter. Let's have a demo, shall we? So if I just go to my folders, I'm just going to load up Skybrud.Redirects solution. I'll make sure to close this one and run the Skybrud.Redirects one. And then just get it running. So again, I apologize if it's slowing it down. So on this demo, I've just created a scenario for you, a use case for you on how to use Skybrud.Redirects and hopefully you'll find that useful. Maybe you've not thought about it before. So let's have a look at this one. So if we go into Umbraco, on this, I've created them all with the clean starter kit with the same username and password just to make my life easier, to be honest. No, I don't want to do that. Right, so in here, I've got, if we go to the front end, I've got a page. I've set up a demo page. So I think it is in the community page. I've actually got a redirect to this page. Oh, I did have. Is it on popular blogs, redirects? No. Meetups, redirects? No. Yeah, Skybrud demo. So what I've done is I've set up a redirect. So this URL doesn't exist on the site. Maybe it used to, but it doesn't exist as a node now. But I want it to go to that meetup page. So you can use Skybrud redirects to add these. And so now this will go off to there. The content tab tells you the redirects for this particular page. You also get the redirects dashboard here as well. So you get several ways to go in and find it. What you can see here is a reports one as well. So this one's an interesting usage of it in the context of a media item. So let's go to the about page. Now let's imagine that throughout your site, you're linking to this report. There's a particular report that you're linking to for the year. So here's a link to the report. Okay, that's great. Now that link on the blog page, I think it will be on the community blog page. We've got a link here. So on here, we're linking specifically to that file. Well, that's all right. But what about if that file got revisioned and you needed to make an update? Maybe you had to save it as version 2. You have to keep the history of these in the CMS. Well, one thing you can do is you can create a redirect. And I've got a redirect here called reports. So if we go into here, I've got a redirect called reports/2022. So now in here, I just link to that, and that will just take me to the updated version, whatever it is. So if there's a version 3, all I have to do is update this reports 2022 to the correct version, and now that document will always point to that. So that was the use case for that one. I'm not going to spend too long on it, so I'm going to go back to the slides and we'll move on to the next one. But yeah, hopefully you like that one. There is on that there are also events, just to mention on Skybrud redirects. You can hook into events of the pre-lookup and the post-lookup for the redirects and things like that. So it's good to throw an error on those. If you're trying to debug, it's good to hook into those events and throw an error, so at least you know that the thing kicked in, so you can see that Skybrud is working. So next we've got Diplo God Mode. So let me just load that one up as well. So Diplo God Mode is another great package. This one's by Dan Booth. He works for PH Creative, and this, I'm not sure how long this has been around. It's been around, I think, all the time that I've been involved in Umbraco. So at least since version 7, it could be even longer. So we're getting an error here because I'm trying to go too soon. Maybe it's already in. Oh yeah, it's already running. So let's just go to that. Please hold. So we just get the browser back up. Yeah, this is it. So Diplo God Mode demo. So let's have a look. What is Diplo God Mode? So this is a great tool if, as a developer, especially if you wanted to work out what's going on your site, wanted to analyze things. So we go into the settings section, and then we've got God Mode. Now we've got all sorts of things on the God Mode. We've got the doc type browser, template browser, so you can look at things, they can filter. I want to see document types that have a template or that don't have a template. So here we can see the element types and things. I want to see document types that use the icon list. The template browser, there's even like diagnostics, all sorts of information telling you about your current environment, your current setup. It knows I'm using SQLite. The utilities it's got, so you can, there's one way you can fix the templates as well. So it knows that you've got some broken templates, and you can do that. It's just such a great tool. There's just so much that you could go into with this one. It's good for just filtering and finding things. So I just want to see all the article pages and so on. So yeah, definitely recommend God Mode. I've just done it in the wrong order again. So we've got the usage browser, the utilities, we can clear the cache, warm up the templates, restart the site and more. So yeah, brilliant package that one is. Let's move on. So the dashboard, this one's a good one as well. By the way, I'm going to say this is a good one on every single one. So forgive me, it's a bit pointless saying it. They're all my favorite packages. Let's go. So next one, yeah, we've got the dashboard, and I had a bit of fun preparing this demo. So the dashboard, now when you run Umbraco, when you do a default install, you will find, oh no, I don't want to give out secret source straight away. When you run Umbraco, you will find that you get this welcome dashboard, and sometimes your client might ask you, oh, I don't want to see the welcome dashboard. You know, it's maybe they see it as marketing for Umbraco. This is my website. I'm not bothered about that. Oh, what's this? admin@example.com. So with this one, we've got it so that when you log in, it gives you useful and meaningful information. We can see the recent activities, and you can link to the pages. You can see the pending content that has got changes and has been scheduled for publish. You've got links here and information, so you can see what's in the recycle bin. It tells you if there's anything in there. Members on the website, new members last week, all sorts of great things. So this is the getting started dashboard. We can turn that off by doing that. So that will, I tried a hot reload, it doesn't seem to work, so I'll just run it this way. But if we add that code there, that will actually remove the getting started dashboard, and all we'll have is the welcome and the redirect URL management. So if we go reload this again, there we go. So that's taken the getting started one off. But you don't have to do that, but you can if you want. Then we've got this. So it's great that Marcus, who develops this, has created the ability for you to hook in and add your own counters. So I thought, well, what sort of counter would be good for a demo? So I'm going to remove the members ones. So I'm removing these two and I'm adding my own. And I created, it's still called orders, but actually it's about errors. So let's have a look at the code. I've created this and I'm basically getting the error logs and I'm finding how many errors are there since yesterday. That's basically what I'm doing. So we're going to wait for this to reload again and we'll just load up the dashboard and we'll see. So now we can see that there are 13 errors since yesterday. So if you click on the link, it takes you to the log viewer and showing you all those errors. So you could do that yourself. You could make it however you want it to do, but that's just an interesting use case for that dashboard. So let's close that one as well and move on. I feel like I'm on like QVC or something. I'm trying to sell you something. What's the next one on the spreadsheet? Oh yeah, clean dashboard, relevant info. You've got links, you can hook in, job done. Demo time, demo is done. Next, another award-winning packages. This one's one of my favorite. It's editor notes by Mark Goodson. I used to work with Mark at Moriarma. He taught me so much about Umbraco, and this is one of his great packages. So description, this gives you the ability to provide more detail in the back office. I've got some demos of these. It makes it eye-catching. You can change the style of the notes to make them stand out or not, and you've got different modes for these notes. So let's get into it, shall we? That's how you install it. You're not here for that. You want to see a demo. So let's pray to the demo gods that this one works as well. We're going well so far. I don't want to jinx it. So I'm just going to run the solution and run the website. So here we go. Whilst I'm running the website, I'm going to close the last one. because my computer doesn't like to have too many of these open. I think it's because I've got Hyper-V installed and that's claiming loads of memory. So it's a bit annoying. Anyway, enough about me. So I don't know why it started doing that. Admin@example.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll put this in a repo if people want to have a play with these. So this is, which one are we on? Oh yeah, it's editor notes. Sorry, just had a brain freeze there. So editor notes. So that's what these are. So this is the details for the header or the hero. So I'll just put a note in here. What is a hero? And this is a chance to give you some more information about it. So some people think header banner is a hero. Others might say Mark Goodson is their hero. I'll let you decide. Yeah, so that's one way of doing it. So it's got that pop out idea. In the footer, we've got another one that's like always showing, and you can choose the different styles of them for like the colors and things like that. And they're really easy to set up. And then if we go to the contact page, there's another one. And in the result messages, yeah, so this one is like a collapsible one as well. So they're pretty good. One thing to note that in the package that's up next is Contentment, and Lee Kelleher, who's built Contentment, has also incorporated a lot of these sorts of things in there as well. But it's still an award-winning package. So let's move on. Contentment. So this is by Lee Kelleher, as I said. And this is one of my favorite packages. You can do all sorts of property editors, custom data sources, all sorts. I won't go too much because Lee already did a talk about this today. So if you want to know more, go back and watch that video. But I have got a demo at least. So here we go. I'm going to fire it up. Please hold. So Contentment. Yes, I want to wait. I want to run it. And so it's not going too bad, still on time. I think I might just squeeze it all in. So that's good. So for this one, what I decided to do is do a combination of what I did. I did an author picker. I wrote for Script 1 month where I used Contentment to do an author picker. Well, in this, I've changed it slightly, made it more up to date, and I've done it to do a different one, and this is a post picker. So if we go to Umbraco, that is annoying me now. Right, okay, so if we go to Umbraco, let's have a look in the settings and let's see what I'm talking about. So we've got a data list, and I've called it a rich post picker. And the property editor I'm using is the data list one. And the data source is, I've created a custom data source. And that custom data source I can pick from here, custom data, rich post items. And the list editor, well, I've used the templated one, and Lee did mention this earlier on. And I've added a bit of styles, and this is what it looks like. This is how it looks. So if we go to the page, discard changes, go on the home page. First of all, let's render the page without picking anything. That's what it looks like. But if we go to the content and pick community and meetups and save and publish, you can see how they look there in the editor. It's quite nice. It pulls through the main image from the page just to have a different way of editing things. And then if we reload the page, I've got them rendered at the bottom. Hello, Umbraco Community Day. So yeah, just thought that would be a nice little one for you to look at there. And let's get rid of these two and move on. I'm trying my best not to go over. We've got another one, nice quick one. This one is by Kevin Jump again. Back office themes. So what is it? It's you can change the theme of the back office. You can create your own themes as well. And this is how you install it. And you're just interested in the demo, I know. So let's go into Community Day, back office themes, and run that demo. So this one's pretty nice. It's good as well if you've got different environments. So you can make the environment for all users, I believe, you can make the environment look in this particular theme. It might help. Maybe when you're on the live one, you could have it in like red for danger or something, so you don't make any changes. Let's see, this is loading up. So yeah, as a user, you can choose your own, or as I say, you can have admin. You can have server-wide preferences as well. So look, I've changed the back office theme. This is weird. And it was ever so easy just by having that package installed. I can reset it and it's back to normal, or I can change the theme and go with old school orange. So anyway, that one is the back office themes one. So let's move on. Our Umbraco tag helpers. So this is also a good one. This is one of my favorite packages. I've actually contributed to this. And Umbraco tag helpers is cool. So with .NET Core, we can use tag helpers. And the tag helpers that I'm demonstrating today, as I say this filler content for you, is there's a couple. So one of them is the edit link. So I used to have a package called edit link, and it is now a tag helper in this community package created by Warren Buckley and other members of the community, such as Matt Wise, Andy Booth, and many, many more. So let's have a look at this one. So there's a couple of things I wanted to demonstrate in here. One is this, our dictionary key. So it's a way to use a tag helper for rendering dictionary items, and you've got the fallback as well. So let's say if you haven't, we got our first error. Oh, it's okay. We'll have to just save a bit of time on this one. That's rubbish. Don't know why it's doing that. We're not going to cry about it. It's okay. We're going to have to close this. And we're going to move on. But anyway, what I will say is that, yeah, the tag helpers I was going to show is this one. So you can have a fallback. I think you can do that with the HTML helpers anyway, but that's old school now. Who wants to do that? And the other one that I was going to mention was the edit link as well. And that's in the master, I believe. And so with the tag helper installed and the view imports there, you can go and add your helper. So I've got this one here, and it just says put an edit link on. So then on the corner of all your pages, if you're logged in as the Umbraco user, you'll be able to see an edit link. It's a shame that didn't work, but what can we do? We can't win them all. And then we'll move on to Hot Chili Page Not Found Manager. This is by my colleague, Nick, who also works at Moriama. It is an award-winning package, 404 handling, multiple 404 pages in the same site. And let's have a look at a demo of this one. I've got two to squeeze in here, so I'll be really quick. This one is a quick one, and I'm just going to hope and pray that it doesn't fall over and cry again. But if it does, then I'll just have to explain it to you. So I'm going to start without debugging again. Get the browser ready. Please work. Come on, come on. So the idea of this one is it just makes it really easy to be able to do 404 pages in the back office. So whereas that would normally fall to a developer to do, I've got two sites here, site 1 and site 2. And at the moment, I don't have a 404 page set up. So if I'm on site 1 and I do that, I get the default 404 page. But what if I want it to go to the error page? Well, what I can do is per site, I can manage the 404 page and choose that. So for site 1, if I'm on here now and refresh, it will go to my custom error page, which is nice. And then for site 2, do the same. I will go off there and to that custom error page. So let's have a quick look. So you might have 2 languages, you might have all sorts of things. So that's how you can do that. And then the final one, just so that I don't go over, is this one called Construct. So you might have heard of Construct by Matt Brailsford from Outfield Digital. It's a UI builder, but where you just do it programmatically using C#. It uses a Fluent API for an easy way to define the config. And you can use the built-in config editor, property editors from Umbraco. That's how you install it. But let's have a look at a demo. So if we go back to here and fire this one up, and I've got an interesting, well, I think it's interesting. Got an interesting little demo for you in this last minute of time. Are we going to get there on time? Oh, you're having a sneak peek there. So this is the code for the audit logs. So I've been cheeky and I've actually taken one of the POCOs from Umbraco source code that is for the audit log entries, and I've used Construct to show me them in the back office in a cheaty kind of way. Oh, come on, typing's failing me now that we're running out of time. So anyway, let's just have a quick look at this. There's loads to know about Construct, but I'm sure Matt will get to do another talk about it like he did at the Umbraco Together event. But look, so we've got this extra screen here. We can look at the audit logs. We can see that it was this user logged in on this date, etc. Yeah, you can do all sorts. You can create cards, you can create filters, you can lots and lots of things, but I just think it's cool how an existing table there, I just nicked the definition of that table from the Umbraco source code, and not within a few lines of code, that's all it took. And now I have this extra section, and these, I could add multiple collections in here. But that's it. That is my talk. I've just run out of time. We can skip past these. Great packages, use package scriptwriter, and there's my details if you want to get in touch with me.
Thank you very much, Paul, and hello. I've not seen you yet. Good to see you.
Hi, Colin.
Hello. Great talk, as always. Of course, I've seen a previous version of this as well, but it's always nice to have a refresher of all the great packages in the community, and there's a lot of cheering in the chat for different packages there as well. So yeah, great work.
Good. Thank you.
Always lovely to have you here, Paul, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cool.
Thank
We're
you so
gonna
much,
we're gonna
Paul.
be going to our next speaker, and a fantastic one as well coming up from
Yes.
Microsoft. We'll see you in a second.